Hey everybody, this is Beat is the Rockstar, part of Super Obvious, and in this video we're going to talk about the SummerSlam 2018 pay-per-view. We're going to go over the predictions, the ones that I got right and the ones that I got wrong. Also, we're going to give the spoilers because I'm going over the whole pay-per-view. Except I may not do the pre-show because we have a lot of wrestling to go over. The pre-show is 2 hours, it's like 3 or 4 matches. Yeah, but SummerSlam WWE 2018, let's go. Now, the first match that we're going to be going over is the Intercontinental Championship match, which is with Seth Rollins against Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler is the champion. Now, the first thing I want to point out is, look at these guys' new outfits. Who came out? So, Seth Rollins comes out, and he has almost like these really dark blue, black tights with a black boot, but then the other boot is gold. I mean, it's whatever, it's cool. And then Dolph Ziggler, the champion, he has the Intercontinental belt, and he takes the belt off when he's in the ring, and he has an Intercontinental belt or some kind of championship belt, like, actually on his tights. So when he takes the belt off, you see another belt, and you're like, what? So my opinion on this match is, for the first good few minutes, or even the first good chunk of the match, it was slow. When I did the predictions video, I said they need to open up the show with a bang. They usually do. I said that the first match was going to neither be the Intercontinental Championship match, or it was going to be the match with Daniel Bryan against The Miz. So I got that prediction right. There was a part when Dolph Ziggler tries to launch himself at Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins catches him while they're on the ground, like they do like the backwards catch-up roll, and Seth turns that into a deadlifting suplex, which once he has Dolph in the air, they both kind of lose balance and they tip over the rope and both spill outside of the ring. That shit is super dangerous. One of the next things that I like is the spot where Dolph and Seth Rollins are on the apron, and Dolph Ziggler sends Seth Rollins into the turnpost. Bam! That sucks. That hurts. And then after that, they're still on the apron, and Dolph does his kind of like stalling, really aggressive jumping DDT on the apron. Now that looks like that sucks. Progressing with the match a little bit, we get a spot which is one of my favorite moves from Seth Rollins. He gets Dolph Ziggler down to one knee, and Seth does his trademark super kick right to the face, and it sounds like that, but like way louder and stuff. After that is probably the biggest spot in the match. We have Seth giving Dolph Ziggler an inverted suplex from the top rope. Inverted means backwards, like reverse. Seth is behind him, puts him in the reverse DDT, picks him up, and suplexes him backwards off the top rope. That could have been bad. I mean, like, dead bad. So a little bit after that, I don't remember exactly where it happened, but Seth Rollins starts bleeding out of his head. The referee puts the gloves on, you know what I'm saying? And I don't remember exactly how it happened. He just started bleeding at the top of his head. You kind of saw it going down like his hairline. He just starts bleeding a good amount, and I have no idea how it happened. So a little bit towards the climax of the match, we have Seth Rollins super kicking Dolph again. Seth Rollins does his ripcord knee strike, which they, honestly, even now, they still haven't given that move an official name. It went from the Slayer the King to the King Slayer to the ripcord knee strike to just the knee. So he hits Dolph Ziggler with the knee, and then he hits him with the curb stomp to become the new Intercontinental Champion. Oh yeah, but the curb stomp, they just call it the stomp. So his finishers are the knee and the stomp. That's all they got for us. Next match, we have the SmackDown Tag Team titles, which is between the New Day and the Bludgeon Brothers. The Bludgeon Brothers are the current champions. Now, one of the big things that happened towards the beginning of the match, or once, we got some of the intro out of the way, is that Xavier Woods almost gets slammed on the steps again. Oh, Kofi Kingston is the New Day member that is not in the match. So it's the Bludgeon Brothers against Xavier Woods and Big E. Kofi Kingston is outside of the ring. And there's a part, probably a good amount into the match, where Kofi Kingston gets a super big backdrop done to him outside of the ring. Damn. I'm just trying to think of a way you can think about it how that doesn't suck. Moving on with the match a little bit, there is a botch where, I don't know if you guys know Big E's counter reversal. It's almost kind of like the sit your ass down that Samoa Joe does. It's almost like a rock bottom. I really believe, this may not be like a fact, but I'm pretty sure what they wanted to do was Big E was going to pick up and pretty much do his rock bottom slam to one of the Bludgeon Brothers, and Xavier Woods was going to be underneath the Bludgeon Brother and do like the backstabber, like the jumping double knee to the back, because they do that as a combo in the ring, and they try to make it better by doing it like on the apron to the outside of the ring. I'm pretty sure that was a botch. Let me know what you guys think. Woods, I think, tries to maybe make up for it, and he does this, Xavier Woods has a elbow drop that he does, where when the opponent is in the ring, he'll stand on the turnbuckle and he'll walk like a couple steps onto the middle of the rope, almost like the old school Undertaker move. He walks a couple steps in the middle of the rope where like all your balance is like, that's all you if you got skills to do that. But he jumps outside the ring and gives a diving elbow drop to one of the Bludgeon Brothers. That looked like it hurt both of them. Oh, the finish of the match, the Bludgeon Brothers, they DQ themselves by using their mallets, and they beat the hell out of the New Day. So the Bludgeon Brothers retained their titles by DQing. They lost the match, but they still get to keep the titles. The next match that we have on the card for SummerSlam is the Braun Strowman against Kevin Owens match. The stipulation that makes this match actually okay compared to Extreme Rules. Extreme Rules had a cage match, cool. Their whole like storyline, I'm almost ready for it to be over to the next step, completely honest. Seeing Kevin Owens getting beat up all the time and scared as hell of Braun Strowman all the time isn't really doing it for me as much anymore. But anyway, let's keep it going. So, first off, a really good intro package video, them explaining the whole feud that Kevin Owens and Braun Strowman had, everything that's happened up to this point. The stipulation of the match is if Braun Strowman loses the match in any way, he gives up his Money in the Bank briefcase that has the contract in it, which gives you a chance to try to go for the championship whenever you want. It's one of my favorite moments of the year when someone cashes in Money in the Bank. As soon as the match starts, Braun Strowman runs and squashes Kevin Owens into the corner twice. After that, we see one of the trademarks that Braun Strowman has now is where he gets out of the ring and he runs around the whole ring and shoulder blocks someone. That's good. He does it a second time, it's not as great, but the first time was really good though, and he did it good the first time. That means a lot, man. And this match, actually, if I remember, it isn't too long. I'm pretty sure Kevin Owens gets his ass beat for most of it. The best spot, besides the running shoulder tackle on the outside where Kevin Owens literally got flipped inside out and was like on the barricade, almost about to fall into the crowd. There was a part when they're on the outside and Braun Strowman gives Kevin Owens a choke slam, and it's on the metal gate part of the ramp. It's at the very bottom from the ramp all the way down to where the actual mat is. He choke slams him on that, and you hear the crash sound, and it's like, damn, Kevin Owens, you're back. There's no way something like that happens to you, and it doesn't suck. Braun Strowman and Kevin Owens go back in the ring, and Braun Strowman gives Kevin Owens his trademark power slam, pins him, wins. That's it. The match wasn't even that long. And I'm pretty sure I was sure that Braun Strowman was going to win that one, because we all really want Braun Strowman to have the briefcase and for Roman Reigns to be the champion, and then Braun Strowman cash it in against Roman Reigns and hopefully more than likely become the Universal Champion. Like, who could actually beat Braun Strowman if Brock Lesnar's gone and, you know, Roman Reigns loses the belt or something? Who could actually take on Braun Strowman and legit like make it look believable that someone could beat Braun Strowman and take the champion? The next match that we have is the SmackDown Women's Championship with Charlotte against Carmella against Becky Lynch. Carmella is the current champion. Now, my prediction for this video was, I said I think and I want Charlotte to get the belt back. One of the first parts of the match that I have, unfortunately, is a botch from Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch does a jumping double drop kick. She tries to kick Carmella and Charlotte damn near misses both of them. There was a part where Charlotte is sitting on the top rope and Carmella tries to do like that middle rope like handstand where like her legs would be like where Charlotte's neck is, and Charlotte is able to reverse it to where she damn near like jumps and sits right on Carmella's back into the Boston Crab. Now, I actually have not seen that before. That was a really creative way of like adjusting how the match was. They gotta get themselves back because Becky Lynch did that botch earlier. They gotta make up for it, man. They gotta give us something that is mind-blowing. They gotta give me something that blows my expectations out of the water. This wasn't bad. So Charlotte like jumps and splashes pretty much Carmella, or like dumps Carmella on the mat, and she's in the Boston Crab kind of like form submission move, and Carmella is dragged into the ring, and you kind of feel like Carmella might tap out. Oh, Charlotte does something that she's amazing for, and that is her corkscrew splash. She usually does it from the middle rope over the top rope onto the outside of the ring, which is way more like "this is awesome" chanting like. But eventually Charlotte wins the belt, and you know the whole celebration happens. So Charlotte wins. I wanted her to win. I thought she would win. She won, so I was right on that. You see Carmella, once the match is over, she's like crying that she lost the belt, and it's actually funny as shit. After that, Becky Lynch and Charlotte are inside of the ring, and Charlotte's really emotional and, you know, really happy, and Becky Lynch gives her hugs like over and over and over, and eventually Becky Lynch attacks Charlotte, and the fans pop super loud for it. Like, Becky Lynch starts beating up Charlotte, and the crowd is cheering, like nobody's booing. They're saying, you know, you deserve it, and like they're completely supporting Charlotte getting turned on by her best friend. And Becky Lynch, we don't know if it's like she just kind of like turned on Charlotte or if Becky is going straight up heel. The next match that we're going to go over is the Samoa Joe against AJ Styles WWE Championship. Now, Samoa Joe opens up this segment with a promo talking about AJ Styles' wife and kid. He gets a lot of heat for it, and I thought it was funny as shit. It's great entertainment. It is pretty much a leg slapper. That's what I think it is. So, also one thing I want to talk about is AJ Styles' new ring attire. How he's wearing the black and the purple. I don't know who chose the colors for the new ring attire for these wrestlers, but they're really, I guess they're just really taking it to the next level. But one of the first moves or spots that I liked in the match was we get to a point where Samoa Joe is outside of the ring, and AJ Styles tries to do his move that he used to do, where he rolls out the ring, he kind of goes around the turnbuckle, jumps onto the apron, and runs and tries to do a sliding knee to Samoa Joe. He used to do the move all the time, kind of when he first came to WWE, and this was the first time he tried to do it in a while, so I thought that was really cool. Unfortunately, Samoa Joe counters it and reverses with a strong leg kick, like pretty much flattening AJ Styles. Damn. There's also a spot where, this is actually I believe before what I just said, where AJ Styles kind of has a trademark where he does a whole bunch of kind of like strong leg kicks. So he'll like kick Samoa Joe, kick him, and as they're kind of circling around, he kicks him a few times. Samoa Joe leg kicks AJ Styles back once and launches AJ Styles all up in the building. Like, damn! Probably sucks for your legs and for you. Alright, so with Samoa Joe on the announcer's table talking a whole bunch of shit more about AJ Styles' family, AJ Styles snaps. He gets himself DQ'd, he gets a chair, hits Samoa Joe, the match is over. He attacks Samoa Joe a few more times with the chair. So far, this is the second title match that ends in a DQ. So next we have a promo with Elias, and he's in the middle of the ring. You know the kind of promos that Elias does, they're always really funny. It's like they always cheer him and they show him mad love, like every time he tries to do what's WWE stand for, walk with Elias. The crowd pops for him, they love him, but his trademark is to always sing a song dissing the city or the people that's from that city, which gets a lot of heat from the crowd. It's funny as shit. Like, so when he's about to start playing, his guitar snaps and breaks. And the crowd is like laughing, getting entertained from it. Elias is really selling like the fact, because he's about to like strum and the shit just broke right in the middle. And he's just like, he gets so mad, he just like goes on this rant about the Daniel Bryan against The Miz match. The funny thing about this is, since we're getting towards like the middle, maybe a little bit over the middle of the pay-per-view, my predictions was that the first match was either going to be the Intercontinental Championship or it was going to be the match between The Miz and Daniel Bryan. Once we got like a certain point into the pay-per-view, I actually forgot about this match altogether. So they have a really good package introduction video explaining the whole storyline, the build-up, and how this has been going on. I think they keep saying like 7-8 years. Now, actually, even as a wrestling fan, a lot of stuff happened when I wasn't watching wrestling. Like, they showed stuff like when The Miz was kind of like Daniel Bryan's mentor way back in the day, when you see Daniel Bryan, and he looks young as shit. Damn! They show a lot of that storyline, which I actually did not know about at all. And they have it's a really good package video to kind of like update you, like it did me, and make you understand the importance of how elevated this match is. So one of the first things that I liked in the match was there's a part where Bryan gets like crotched on the top rope, like when they fall in between the ropes, and he sells that. Looks like it hurts your nuts, which it would. And then he gets clotheslined by The Miz, which looked really good. A little bit later on, there's a part where Bryan does a whole bunch of super loud chops to The Miz. Like, they sound like guns going off in the stadium. It is insane. And I believe you might see some of the marks on The Miz's chest. Like, you can't fake getting chopped loud as shit in the chest. Daniel Bryan has The Miz in the Tree of Woe, which is when they're like tied upside down in the turnbuckle. Daniel Bryan runs across the ring, does a jumping drop kick right to The Miz's face. And then The Miz kind of like curls up a little bit, so he's already sitting on the top rope. Daniel Bryan gets up and gives him a belly to back avalanche top rope back suplex. Damn! It's like, I chop you a whole bunch, then I drop kick you in your face, and then I'm gonna dump you on your back, on your neck, from the top rope. Good work, guys. And pretty much getting towards where the climax is, The Miz goes outside, and he goes up to Maurice, which is, I believe, front row. She's ringside, and Maurice gives Miz a foreign object. We technically actually don't ever see it, but she gives him a pair of brass knucks. She like pulls it out of her jacket, gives it to him. Miz like he hits Daniel Bryan with the object, pins him, and wins the match. Or he hits him with it first and then gives the foreign object back and then pins Daniel Bryan and wins. The Miz beat Daniel Bryan. My prediction was that Daniel Bryan was going to win because he needed the win way more than The Miz did. Alright, the next match of the pay-per-view that we have is the Baron Corbin against Finn Balor. I actually said that this would probably be the second or third match in the show. Once we got into this part of the show, I actually completely forgot about it. I completely forgot about this match. So, one of the really cool things about the match is, for one, is the entrances. We get to see Finn Balor, Demon Finn Balor, and I believe the commentary says that we haven't seen him in almost a year. To be completely honest, I don't really have a whole bunch of notes for the Finn Balor against Baron Corbin match. I know there's a spot where Finn does a jumping double foot stomp, pretty much like to the back of Baron Corbin's neck. Now that looked like that sucks. You know, when it happens to you, I'm pretty sure if you're doing that move to someone else, it kicks ass. But, so besides that, man, I have Finn Balor does the coup de grace finish. He beats Baron Corbin. The match, believe it or not, even though I don't have a whole bunch of notes, it was actually better than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be the worst match of the night. For the next video, we are going to go over the United States Championship, which is Jeff Hardy against Shinsuke Nakamura. Shinsuke Nakamura is the champion. There is a spot where Shinsuke spins off the mat and kicks Jeff right in the face. Oh, followed by his corner knee strike that he does, where he crops him on the top rope and knees them into the stomach. Now that shit looks like, I don't know, it sucks. There's a spot where Jeff Hardy tries to do his whisper in the wind. Shinsuke Nakamura sets him up for the running knee stomach, which is reversed. And Shinsuke goes for the low blow and misses. This is towards kind of like the peak of the match. Shinsuke Nakamura drops to his knee and tries to do the low blow. Jeff moves out of the way. And the whole crowd's like, oh, and the referee's pointing at Shinsuke like, yo, you're going to get DQ'd if you do that. But Shinsuke Nakamura probably doesn't care. Jeff Hardy does the Twist of Fate, which now he does kind of like a stunner. So we had Shinsuke Nakamura on the apron. Jeff jumps off the top rope, does the swanton, and bangs his back on the apron, which is the worst part of the wrestling ring. It sucks. Kind of sucks when you kind of jump and try to front flip splash someone, and they're not there when you're ready to hit them, and you break your own back on the apron. Damn. Shinsuke Nakamura hits his finisher and retains the championship. The next match that we have is the WWE Raw Women's Championship between Alexa Bliss, the champion, and Ronda Rousey. Surprisingly, and enough entertainment-wise, this match was actually pretty good considering how long it was not. The match starts with Alexa Bliss coming out to the ring. The Bella Twins are there, and Alexa Bliss goes up to them in the crowd and kind of like shoots them off like, oh my god. The crowd goes like, oh. It shows the Bella Twins for a second. I don't know if that's hinting of them coming back. I don't know. When Ronda Rousey does her entrance, she gets to the ring quicker than any female I've ever seen. She like speed walks ×2 to the ring really quick. The ring announcer does a very, very, very good job at announcing or giving an introduction to Ronda Rousey. When the match starts, pretty much from the get-go, Ronda Rousey approaches Alexa Bliss. She does some striking and stuff. She gets Alexa Bliss into the corner. Alexa Bliss gets out of the ring. She doesn't want nothing to do with Ronda Rousey. It gets to a point where she's not trying to fight Ronda Rousey so much. Ronda Rousey turns her back. Ronda Rousey's in the ring. She turns around, setting her back to Alexa Bliss, and the crowd's like, oh. Ronda Rousey drops and sits down like Indian style in the middle of the ring. The crowd's like, oh. Ronda Rousey puts her hands over her face. So Ronda Rousey is sitting in the ring with her back towards Alexa Bliss, covering her face. She just wants her to get into the ring and fight her. So that's really crazy, really interesting. Eventually, Alexa Bliss, she goes into the ring, slides behind her, tries to put her in a rear naked choke. Alexa Bliss gets picked up from Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey just throws her on the ground. She does a series of like those arm bar judo throws that she does, which is really cool. She gets Alexa Bliss into a submission to where basically she's hyperextending her elbow against her knee. And she applies enough pressure to where Alexa Bliss's arm pops, and you see the bone in her arm like move, and the crowd's like, ugh. And I'm like, ugh. But this is great, man, because we're watching wrestling stuff and it's supposed to be fucked up. When it's fucked up, that means it's good stuff. Not too long after that, Ronda Rousey puts Alexa Bliss in like her real like trademark arm bar that she does. Alexa Bliss taps out immediately. Ronda Rousey wins the Raw Women's Championship. I did not think she was going to win. I said that she wasn't ready yet. I think that Natalya was in the ring, celebrates with her. But yeah, that's the match. Ronda Rousey won the belt super duper easy. Like, it's crazy. The final match of the whole evening for this year's SummerSlam is the Universal Championship, which is between Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. Brock Lesnar is the champion. Now, when Roman Reigns comes out during his entrance, he comes out first. He gets booed, but actually does not get booed as much as he normally does. And why that is because even like me, I don't like Roman Reigns. He's not one of my favorites at all. He's in my top 50 million. Roman Reigns comes out, he gets booed, not as much, because even if you don't like Roman Reigns, we want Roman Reigns to beat Brock Lesnar so he gets the Universal Championship from Brock and he's gone. And then that way we can have Roman Reigns as the champion. We can have new matches, new storylines, get Brock out of there. They say when Brock Lesnar is coming to the ring, they says he has been champ for 504 days and has the 6th longest reigning championship. Like, we never see this guy. God, I want to go forever on this. But, anyways, so Roman Reigns gets introduced. He gets booed, kind of cheered. It's kind of in the middle. It's 50-50. And Paul Heyman does his little thing where he kind of takes the microphone from the ring announcer and he wants to introduce Brock Lesnar. That's always entertaining as hell because he's like overselling Brock Lesnar like he's the best thing ever. Paul Heyman's great. I like him. So Paul Heyman is introducing Brock Lesnar, and he gets into his main, like, punchline, like, the reigning, undisputed, defending, and he says defending like 10 times over and over and over and over, and it's so funny. Like, I think it's funny as hell how he's overselling, trying to like introduce Brock Lesnar and how accomplished he is because he's the champion, but we never see the guy. Brock Lesnar sucks. That's pretty much how simple this is. As soon as the match is about to start, we hear Braun Strowman's entrance music. The crowd pops super loud because remember, he has the Money in the Bank briefcase with the contract. So depending on what's going on, he can be in the match right now if he wants, or be like what most people do is wait until the match is over. Both wrestlers have already beaten the crap out of each other, and then he can just come in and kind of like, what do they say, pick the bones. He explains he has the Money in the Bank briefcase. He can cash it in whenever he wants. And what he explains is, unlike most other people who have the briefcase, he's not going to cash it in when everyone's already beaten up and their backs turned. He kind of hints that he's going to do it now, which makes the crowd pop. He does not. But what he says is he's going to be ringside, and whoever is the champion after this match, that person is going to get these hands. As soon as we hear the bell, Roman Reigns begins the match by Superman punching Brock Lesnar. And then he Superman punches Brock Lesnar again. And then he Superman punches Brock Lesnar again for the 3rd time. Then he spears Brock Lesnar. Then Roman Reigns spears Brock Lesnar again. And then Roman Reigns tries to spear Brock Lesnar for the 3rd time. Brock Lesnar catches him and puts him in a grounded guillotine choke. Especially since Brock Lesnar knows how to do that stuff. That sucks for sure. I want Roman Reigns to win, but I want him to get the shit beat out of him in the process. So if he wins, he earned it. Having a match, winning the match, getting your ass beat is how it works. So when Roman Reigns is getting choked out, the guillotine chokehold by Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns actually deadlift and picks up Brock Lesnar and slams him on the ground while he's being choked out. Twice. It gets to a point in the match where Brock Lesnar takes his gloves off, his big ass gloves with his name on them. He takes his gloves off, he throws them, the crowd starts booing, and the crowd actually starts saying, "You both suck. You both suck." And I'm just like, damn, that sucks for them. Then I'm also like, damn, they should go out there and beat up all the fans for talking shit. There's a part where, this is kind of towards the end, where Brock Lesnar is about to get a spear from Roman Reigns, and Brock Lesnar kind of just like sidesteps it. So when Roman Reigns tries to spear Brock, he actually winds up doing a suicide dive through the ropes and nails Braun Strowman. As soon as that happens, Brock Lesnar goes outside of the ring, picks up Braun Strowman, and gives him the F5 outside of the ring. And what the commentators are selling is that, if Brock Lesnar wins this match and he's still the Universal Champion, Brock Lesnar is still not in the clear because Braun Strowman's out there with the briefcase, which he already said he's cashing in, and he's taking on whoever has the belt after the match. So what the commentators were selling was like, Brock Lesnar is beating up Roman Reigns, but also wearing down Braun Strowman. which is actually very, very smart, even though Brock Lesnar sucks ass. Anyway, so he gives him the F5, and then Brock Lesnar picks up a chair, and I think he attacks Braun Strowman with it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he does. So he attacks Braun Strowman with the chair a couple times, and Brock Lesnar tries to go into the ring to attack Roman Reigns with the chair, which would have been the third DQ of a title match. But, so as soon as Brock Lesnar tries to go back into the ring, Roman Reigns spears him for the third time, pins him, and wins the match, wins the belt. Roman Reigns is the new champion. Brock Lesnar lost the Universal Championship. Bye-bye, Brock Lesnar. Don't let the WWE door kick you in the butt on your way out. God. So he wins. The crowd pops. I popped. Because the way WWE will mindfuck you, man, there was still that chance. Like, what if Brock Lesnar beat Roman Reigns? The heat and hatred that WWE, Brock Lesnar, even Roman Reigns would have gotten. Imagine how crazy that would have been. I was right on a few things. I was wrong on a few things. I think overall the pay-per-view was really good. So yeah, that's about it. Let me know what you guys think about my predictions that I got wrong and that I got right. Let me know what you think about, like, hey, I wish this person didn't win. I wish this match went that way. Like, let me know what you guys think. I'm pretty sure they might have like 1 or 2 pay-per-views in the middle. But after SummerSlam is pretty much a time where it's like they have to build all the storylines back up. Roman Reigns is the new Universal Champion. They can build up new storylines and feuds with that. But overall, yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Please subscribe to my channel. Tell other people about it who like wrestling. Like the video. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one.